Hello everyone, I am Kranti Pavel, Director Max IAS. The preliminary examination results are out. Few of them are successful, few of them are not successful, but nothing to worry. Just change your approach towards the examination. Here, the purpose of this video is to let you know what exactly as UPSC is expecting from the aspirants. And one more thing is, the most important thing is, the exam is not that tough as projected. There were a few tough questions. Even I do agree with that. But most of the questions that were asked in the examination, they can comfortably answer with your given level of preparation. But the thing is, you need to have the right approach towards the preparation. And the most important thing is, you people should have that balance in the examination hall. You should maintain that mental balance. You should not get tensed. So if you are not getting tensed, if you are balanced, cool and composed, most of the questions can be successfully answered. So in this video, I'll be showing you the questions related to the polity part. In fact, there were 17 questions from polity. 17 questions from polity. Of them, one question is deleted by the examiner itself, and 2 to 3 questions can be considered as tough, and the remaining questions are very easy. The polity questions are very easy. I repeat again, the polity questions are very easy. Why? Because it's about your approach towards the subject matters a lot. It's about your approach to the subject matters a lot. So in this video, we shall decode all the questions and we shall decide whether the questions were tough, easy or moderate. So question number 51 to 53, 51, 52 and 53. These three questions are ethics and administration. 51, 52 and 53. And the thing is, out of these three questions are pretty easy. I have spoken to many aspirants, none of them have marked wrong these three questions. Okay. So these three questions are a bit of a relief for the aspirants. Okay, I'll just read the question for you and you can just check the questions in your respective question papers. Okay. Mr. X, Mr. X, a senior officer, was overseeing a critical vaccination program during a pandemic. He found that private service providers responsible for vaccine distribution was compromising on the quality to make profits. Despite immense pressure to manage the issue due to vested interests, he raised his voice based on the principles of public administration, which he learnt during various training programs attended across his career. He reported the issue to the appropriate vigilance authority and halted contract to ensure citizens' welfare. Which among the following principles of public administration was most strongly demonstrated by his stand? By his stand. Now, question is very simple. So what is the principle of public administration which he has demonstrated? Answer is accountability. The thing is, esprit de corps is a concept in public administration. It implies a spirit of a common spirit of pride, which also indicates solidarity. So that principle is now demonstrated here. Next is equity. What is equity? Equity means resources and opportunities have to be distributed. The thing is, we don't have anything related to equity here. Next is accountability. So accountability refers to the explanation what you need to provide for your actions. So you need to explain your actions. That is accountability. Delegation is transfer of tasks. So which principle is implied here? The answer is accountability. The answer is accountability. Anything tough? Anything tough? So students might have taken some time to read the question because the question was lengthy. And I'll tell you a technique. Lengthier the question, easy to answer. So what happens is UPSC will be balancing. It gives question very lengthy. And it will balance that question that it will be easy to eliminate. So don't get frightened or scared by the length of the questions. So if the question is very lengthy, don't know, kuch na kuch logic milega aap logo ko. You will find some logic or the other. So like that, you can solve this question. So this question, is it tough or easy? Very easy. This question is very easy. Okay. Next question. This is the lengthiest question. This is a lengthy question. It's about tribals protesting against using their site for dumping the waste of the urban area. And this is a ethics and administration question. I'll read the question very fast for you. In a multi-ethnic district where both economic competition and historical grievances frequently led to community tensions, a flashpoint has arisen with a government decision to allocate land for waste management facility near a tribal hamlet, sparking protests by tribal community which claimed that the land was sacred and critical to their cultural identity. So land was sacred and critical to their cultural identity. Land was critical and sacred to their cultural identity. At the same time, local industries, urban residents and local industries supported the project, citing severe solid waste challenges and health concerns due to lack of proper disposal site. The conflict has escalated with road blockades, social media campaigns, and allegations of police excesses. As a responsible government official, you are tasked with resolving the situation through mediation, ensuring a sustainable outcome that balances environmental needs, tribal rights, and urban public health. That balances environmental needs, tribal rights, and urban public health. So here, land was critical, and you need to balance the environmental needs, the tribal rights, and also urban public health. So you should take a balanced position. Take it. Now, statement 1, a successful conflict resolution process must begin with acknowledging the cultural concerns of protesting tribal community before discussing technical alternatives. Yes, because you have to balance. Iske saath ja sakte. Next, the government should move ahead with the project without delay to address the urban health concerns which outweigh the sentiments of a smaller group. How can this happen? No, this cannot happen. Okay. Now, the thing is, we have statement 3 and statement 4 also. What I told you, length of the question, easy to answer, you will find some logic or the other, examiner will give some hint or the other. Here what is happening is statement 2 is definitely wrong. And in statement B, in option B, option C, option D, in all these options, you have 2. 2 is definitely wrong. So the thing is there any need for reading statement 3 and statement 4 in the examination hall? So what might have happened was, students, they read the entire question and they read all the options, which is time consuming, missing the logic of eliminating the 2. If you understand this part and if you eliminate 2 easily, comfortably, you can go for answer A, 1, 3, 4 without reading 3 and 4, which saves a lot of time for you. समझ में आ रहा है? Now the thing is, question is not easy. sorry, question is not tough. Question was easy. Question was lengthier. Options are lengthier. Examiner is forcing you to read. You will fall in the trap of reading the entire statements, all the statements. You have already fell in that trap. So don't fall into such traps. Try to identify the logic. So if you have identified the logic at the right time, it will save a lot of time for you. Okay, so the answer will be A, 1, 3, 4. Now, was the question tough? Was the question tough? No. It was a very easy question, provided you read with an expert eye. You read with an expert eye. You use your brain to the fullest abilities in the examination hall. So maintain that composure, maintain that balance in the examination hall. That makes a lot of difference. That makes a lot of difference. Because I am coming across the aspirants who clear prelims regularly, who clear the mains, who get into the final result. These people, they have a different approach. Different approach मतलब थोड़ा इनका सोच जो है थोड़ा हटके, out of box they will be thinking. They try to identify. So they will be having that expert eye. They will be having that concentration levels. ये चाहिए आपको. This is what is needed for cracking this examination. How much we are reading is immaterial. How we are reading, how we are assimilating, how we are presenting, how we are managing ourselves in the examination hall. So all these matters a lot in determining your success. Okay. So anyhow, this question number 52 was a easy question. Question number 52 was a easy question. Next is question number 53. Question number 53. So this is also a question on ethics and administration. Ethics and administration. Mr. X is a mid-level civil service official. Is a mid-level service official working in the urban development department of a major city. Recently, she was involved in approving a contract for public infrastructure project, a new community park. During the approval process, she received a piece of confidential information indicating that the shortlisted contractors had a history of poor workmanship and allegation of corruption in other cities, though nothing had been legally proven. Allegation of corruption, nothing has been legally proven. Take it. Now, the head of the department, Mr. Y, advised her not to disclose this information to the project committee or public because it would delay protest and damage city's reputation. However, X believed that withholding such information compromised transparency and public trust. Which among the following should X do now? So, Madam X is in a critical situation. So, she identified there are allegations of corruption, but they are not legally proven. And her superior asked her not to disclose. The thing is, there are allegations of corruption, but nothing has been legally proven. So, under such circumstances, क्या करना चाहिए? Immediately disclose the information to the project committee and the public. Since the allegation is not proven, you cannot disclose the information to the project committee or the public. तो ये गलत है. Recommend removing the contractor from the shortlist to protect the project's integrity. So since that is nothing is legally proven, you don't have any right to recommend the contractor. ठीक है. Propose a limited disclosure to the oversight committee while keeping the information confidential from the public for the time being. You propose a limited disclosure to the oversight committee for the time being. So this is the appropriate action, Madam X can take. So the answer should be B. Anything tough in this question? So it is about, now the thing is, what might have happened in the examination hall was, student will take, given the 2 hours of time, students might have taken a lot of time to read it. Now the thing is, we humans, we don't use much of our brain's capacity. If we can extend our brain's capacity at least by 1%, it can do wonders. So in the examination hall, if you are very much focused, very much alert, and read this very fast, you can read it very fast in the examination hall. If you have read this very fast, you can comfortably answer in less than a minute. But the thing is, your condition in the examination hall, after going through different subjects, after going through geography, after going through history, after going through economy or geography, and coming to polity, का बैटरी जो लेवल्स जो है थोड़ा गिर जाता है. But if you would have maintained yourself, your battery levels at optimum level, without disappointing yourself in the examination hall, this question is easy question. So ultimately it is about how you balance yourself, in the examination hall. It's about, examiner is not only testing your subject matter, examiner is testing your mental abilities, whether you are in a position to handle the pressure or not. Why? Because after you people entering into the administration, you will be in such a situations. You have to handle that pressure. You should have that ability to handle that pressure. So examiner is testing those abilities at this level, and such type of questions are clearly evident in 2026 prelims. So improvise yourself. Be confident. So it makes a lot of difference, at least for the attempt of 2027. Become strong. Be yourself. Try to be strong. Use your abilities. Use your best of your abilities. Or thoda zyada. A little more of effort can do wonders. ठीक है. Next question. Question number 54. This is a question directly on article number 13. Which defines what is a law. ठीक है. Now, article 13. X was addressing a seminar on the meaning of the term law as provided under article 13, part 3 of the Constitution of India. X explained that the meaning of the term law in the Constitution of India was very comprehensive. It included ordinances, orders, and even rules and regulations. What is X telling? X का मतलब, according to X, he's telling that the meaning of the term law was comprehensive. It included ordinances, orders, and even rules and regulations. Ordinances, orders, rules and regulations. Why pointed out that the term law in Article 13 also includes custom or usage. Also includes, matlab he is agreeing with Mr. X, and in addition to that he is telling that it also includes custom or usage, having in the territory of India the force of law, to which was not convinced. X is telling that law includes ordinances, orders, and even rules and regulations. Y is telling that in addition to ordinances, orders, rules and regulations, it also includes customs and usage. And Mr. X is not agreeing with Y with respect to this custom or usage. So based on the above, select the correct conclusion from the options given below. Answer क्या आपका? So the answer is the view of Y only is correct. Why? Because Y is telling that law includes ordinances, orders, rules, regulations and customs and usage, whereas X is telling that law includes only ordinances, orders, rules and regulations. Now, in addition to the Lakshmikant book, what you people are reading, I suggest you people to read the text of the Constitution. आप लोग text of the Constitution पढ़ो. This is the text of the Constitution, and this is Article 13, laws inconsistent with or in derogation of fundamental rights. So can you see it? In this article, unless the context otherwise requires, law includes ordinances, order, bylaw, rule, regulation, notification, custom or usage having in the territory of India the force of law. Exactly from this article, article 13(3)(a), which defines the law, examiner has framed the question, which is pretty easy question, provided if you read the text of the Constitution. So I suggest to you people that in addition to the Lakshmikant, what you people are reading, please go through the text of the Constitution, that is article by article. All the articles in the Constitution has to be read. So the answer is D. The view of only Y is correct. ठीक है? Now, this question number 55 also directly from the text of the Constitution. ठीक है? Consider the following statements with reference to the Constitution of India. This was the question asked. ठीक है? There is no article in the Constitution of India that specifies that Constitution of India will be officially called as Constitution of India. ठीक है? There is no article in the Constitution of India that specifies that Indian Independence Act and Government of India Act stand repealed. There is no article in the Constitution of India that mentions 26 January 1950 as the date of the commencement of the Constitution. Confused? I haven't read in Lakshmikant. If I have read, I'm not sure. थोड़ा confusing लग रहा है. क्या करना है फिर? If you have read the text of the Constitution, you can comfortably answer this question. I'll just show you the text of the Constitution from where this question was asked. Part 12, short title, commencement, authority text in Hindi and repeals. Statement 393. This Constitution may be called the Constitution of India. So Article 3 signed equal to Article 393. It is clearly specified that this Constitution may be called as Constitution of India. So statement 1, there is mention about a statement 1. And ये देख लो आप लोग. Article 395. The India Independence Act and the Government of India Act 1935, together with all enactments amending or supplementing the latter act, but not including the abolition of private council jurisdiction 1949, are hereby repealed. Okay. Next is Constitution shall come into force on the 26th day of January 1950. So the three items are clearly specified. The three items are clearly specified in the text of the Constitution. In the text of the Constitution, these three items are clearly specified. So the answer is none of the statements are correct. That is, there is no correct statement. So abhi the further attempts of 2027 or 2028 or 2029, what you people have to do is read Lakshmikant. Lakshmikant is a very good book. Lakshmikant is a very good book. Okay. But Lakshmikant has made the articles simpler. Not verbatim, but articles simpler. Now thing is, examiner is expecting you to read the articles of the Constitution, the text of the Constitution. So, so this trend is not this year. This trend is not this year. Earlier also, in 2025 also, in 2024 also, in 2023 also, you just observe there are questions in the Constitution of India. It is mentioned in the Constitution of India. It is not mentioned in the Constitution of India. So there were such questions. So the thing is, examiner is expecting you to read the text of the Constitution. आपका एफर्ट थोड़ा और बढ़ा दो, थोड़ा और स्ट्रेच करो. So stretch your effort a bit more. Read the text of the Constitution. Read the text of the Constitution. So the thing is, the question is not tough question. The question is not a tough question, and this question is a easy question. This question is a easy question. Okay. Next is question number 56. Question number 56. After seeing this question, generally what happens is, even I have written this examination long back, some 10-15 years back. At the moment we see the question, oh wow, so lengthy question. Before reading the question itself, we will just, our eye will fall on the question itself. Alright, this is a lengthy question. That is how we feel in the exam hall. Don't do it. ऐसा मत करो. Don't behave yourself like that. अच्छा, इतना लंबा है, so lengthy question. ठीक है, देख लेंगे. Cool, balanced, relaxed. Cool, balanced, relaxed. Will make lot of difference. Will make lot of difference. ठीक है. Here in this question, examiner just want to test your basic understanding of the subject. If you know what exactly is a right, what is the meaning of a right, you can answer this question in seconds. You can answer this question in seconds. Examiner was expecting that thing from you with respect to this question. Basically, you tell me what is a right. What is a right? So, rights are conditions of social life. Rights are conditions of social life which are needed to bring out his full potentials. For a man, some things are needed, some social conditions are needed. If he provides such social conditions, he can bring out his full of his potentialities. So rights are the social conditions. Rights are the social conditions or the conditions of social life which are needed for the man to present himself at his best. At his best. This is the meaning of, I'm telling you, a simpler meaning of right. मतलब इतना आप लोगों को पता होना चाहिए. It's a very extensive concept, right? I have discussed some 3 hours on just the concept of the right in the class. I told you a simple definition, a basic understanding of right. So rights are basically conditions of social life, needed for the man to realize his full potentialities. Yes or no? Right to education, right to life. These are rights. These are rights. Now, statement number 1. Statement number 1. I have gone through this question. I have read the statement 1 and I have come to the conclusion. Why? Because statement 1 reads as rights of the persons with disabilities act. Rights of the persons with disabilities act. Act passed by the parliament mandates reservation. Mandates reservation right, not matching. Reservation is not a right. Reservation is not a right. What are right? Right are the social conditions to realize his full potentials. Reservation or affirmative action. Reservation or affirmative action. Reservation or affirmative action. Reservation or affirmative action basically this reservation or affirmative action, it is aimed at the equity, justice, okay. So this ensures equity. Reservation ensures equity. Reservation ensures justice. Reservation ensures justice. Okay. So the thing is, we cannot tell that reservation is a right. Reservation is a right. ऐसा हम नहीं कह सकते. So since reservation is not a right, eliminate statement 1. Eliminate statement 1. You have in A, you have in C, you have in D. क्या बचा है? Don't read, need not read. In the examination hall, don't read the other statements. Examiner expects this from you, whether you are so much alert or not. The thing is, if you want to answer all the questions, reading all the statement, thinking, analyzing, you cannot answer 100 questions. Examiner is testing how smart you are, how alert you are, how much balanced and composed you are in the examination hall. Are you in a position to tackle the pressure situations or not? That is tested. It is more than an examination, it's a test of your personality. It's a test of your personality. So improvise on yourself. So be alert in the examination hall. You need to transform yourself. There is a need for some changes. There is need from some changes you people have to make for yourself. Okay. Next question is also a very simple question. Now the thing is, was this question easy or tough question? At the periphery, it appears to be itna lamba. It's very lengthy. Sugamaya Bharat, will it focus or not? Deen Dayal Mission, Finance Development Corporation, is it a public sector or not? Is it set up by MCA or not? सोचते रहते हैं examination hall. But if you are thorough with the concept of political science, if you are thorough with the basics, you can comfortably eliminate the first statement. Yes or no? Okay. This question is also a Very simple question. This question is also a very simple question. Consider the following statements with respect to the provisions pertaining to the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes in India. Scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in India. Okay. Provisions regarding administration of tribal areas in the state of AMTM, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, are given in the 5th schedule. 5th schedule deals with scheduled areas and scheduled tribes. 6th schedule deals with the tribal areas. Statement 1 itself is wrong. Statement 1 itself is wrong. And the purpose of giving special status under 6th schedule and 6th schedule is to protect the interests of the tribals. Why? Because before independence also we have these provisions in Government of India Act 1935 also. There are certain provisions even in the Government of India Act 1930. If you take the history of this 5th schedule and 6th schedule, even in Government of India Act, there are certain provisions to protect the interests of the tribal communities. That's why after the constitution also we have included the 5th schedule and the 6th schedule. Given this fact, some tribes in India are entitled to exemption from paying income tax on certain incomes. Statement should be correct. Why? Because if you know the history of 5th schedule and 6th schedule, you can comfortably come to the conclusion that this statement is correct. In fact, Income Tax Act provides concessions in this regard. So, statement 2 is correct. Statement 2 is correct. Now, Constitution of India provides a reservation of seats in panchayats for women belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. You have read a lot of times in Lakshmikant. Article 243 provides these provisions. Article 243 provides this provision. So, was the question tough? Is the question tough enough? Question is very simple. Question is very simple. So, where is the examination tough? क्यों हल्ला मचा रहे हो? Examination tough. UPSC Murdabad. UPSC is playing with the lives of the kids. You cannot blame your examiner. Examiner has the choice. All the questions what he has framed, all the questions what the examination has are within the syllabus. They are not some Greek or Latin or something, some another planet. Everything is within the confines of the syllabus. There are a few questions, very tough questions, which cannot be answered by humans. Only machines can answer, only Google can answer. वैसा थोड़े questions है. So based on that questions, we cannot generalize the entire examination as tough examination. So until now, we have discussed 7 questions. Of these 7 questions, was anything tough? No. So what examiners were testing? Examiner was testing your abilities. Yes or no? ठीक है. Next question. This is a very simple question. Starred question and unstarred question. Starred question and unstarred question. Unstarred question. Unstarred question are? Unstarred questions are? Written reply is expected. So if you are giving a written reply, the subsequent question is not possible. Subsequent question is not possible. That is, supplementary question is not possible if the reply is written. Whereas starred question, there is an oral reply on the floor of the house. So if there is a floral reply, immediately there will be a supplementary question. There is a chance for supplementary question. Anyhow, you have read this in Lakshmikant and many other books. So question, was it tough or simple? Question was very, very, very simple. This is the easiest question in the entire polity. Okay. Next question. The most funniest question is this question. How examiner is making fun of us. Okay. Now, consider the following statements about the Committee on the Welfare of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes. That is, Parliamentary Committee on Welfare of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes. Parliamentary Committee means it's a part of a legislature. It's a part of a legislature. Yes or no? If you are thorough with the basics, cakewalk, peanuts, कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें. Okay. So parliamentary committee, that is the committee of the legislature on the welfare of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. ठीक है. So we are a parliamentary form of government. We are a parliamentary form of a government. The cabinet, the council of ministers responsible to the Lok Sabha. So Lok Sabha has an upper hand in the affairs. Yes or no? इतना तो जानते हैं ना आप लोग? Okay. Done. Although, statement 1, although members of this committee are elected from both the houses of the parliament, the chairperson of the committee is appointed by the chairman of Rajya Sabha. Any logic or a vague statement? There is no logic. There is no logic. When Rajya Sabha will have precedence over Lok Sabha, anything, if the interests of the state or the constituent units are affected, then Rajya Sabha will have precedence. Yes or no? Because Rajya Sabha itself is council of states. It represents the interests of the state. So, welfare of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, why the hell will Rajya Sabha have precedence? Okay, eliminate statement 1. 20 members are elected by the Rajya Sabha, 10 members by the Lok Sabha. Why? We are a parliamentary form of government. Council of ministers are responsible to the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha will have an upper hand or a precedence in the managing the affairs. Yes or no? Yes or no? Third is the funniest part. No minister except the Union Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment is eligible to be a member of this committee. Which committee? Parliamentary committee or the legislature. Who? Minister. Minister represents the executive. How can executive chair a parliamentary body? Separation of powers. Parliament ensures the accountability of the executive. So how can you ensure that executive as a chairman, how can you ensure the accountability? Logic, concept, समझ में आ रहा आप लोगों को? Okay. So statement 3 should be wrong. You might have read in Lakshmikant or anywhere, almost all the department related standing committees, that is the parliamentary committees, all the parliamentary committees have a tenure of 1 year. Yes or no? You just check your Lakshmikant or any book. क्या होता है? The tenure is 1 year. ठीक है. Anything tough? Nothing tough according to me. आपको tough लग रहा है? Are you feeling tough? You should not. Now the problem is dependency syndrome. आजकल क्या चल रहा है? Dependency syndrome. I'm sorry to say this, but I have to at this moment. Dependency syndrome. Marathon sessions. 8 hours में पूरा लक्ष्मीकांत marathon session. Join us. PDFs will make it easy for you. आजकल ऐसा चल रहा है. Students are attracted more to easy way rather than a proper way. So in this marathon session, how can you brainstorm? How can you think? How can you analyze? You need some private space. You need some space for yourself to think, to grasp, to analyze. So be yourself. Don't depend. डिपेंडेंसी सिंड्रोम को अदर्स पे डिपेंड होना आप लोग थोड़ा कम करो. रीड बाय योरसेल्फ, grasp the things, you'll get new ideas, original ideas. So UPSC is expecting such candidates, not the people who stay for years and years रट्टाबाजी करके आंसर रेटिंग लिख के you master the answer rating, sit for 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years, master the art of the examination, clear in after 10 years. Anyone can clear if you sit for 10 years. So the people, UPSC just wants to make sure that people who have the resources, who can sit for years together, who can pay for costly coachings, costly test series, and master this examination. So UPSC is against this. In fact, this year paper, UPSC is democratizing. UPSC is democratizing. Why? Because it's not on coaching. It's about how you think. It's about how you act, yourself act. So it is bringing your natural abilities. The best of your abilities are tested by the UPSC. In fact, this is democratizing of the examination rather than playing with the lives of the students. ठीक है? So my intention is थोड़ा आप लोगों का preparation थोड़ा comfort zone से बाहर आ जाओ. Come out of the comfort zone. Stretch your preparation to the next year. और थोड़ा चलेगा, और थोड़ा चलना चाहिए. ठीक है? So if you correct yourself, reduce the dependency syndrome. ठीक है? Relying less on these 1 minute reels, shorts. These 1 minute reels, shorts, 1 minute में आप लोग क्या grasp कर सकते हैं? What technique? Technique may be the technique what is being taught this year may be irrelevant the next year. It becomes defunct the other year. Why? Because I have seen aspirants who cracked this examination in 1 year. Next year, they didn't even clear prelims. Few of my friends are in the rank of DIG. Now, Abhi. DIG rank, some people are working in CM office. They have worked in CM office. I know their story. I also have a story. The thing is, if you clear this year, it's not mandatory that you will be clearing next year. Why? Because if a technique works this year, the technique will not work next year. I have seen a few of my friends who have cleared every year. The people who have cleared every year, they don't have any technique. They didn't use any technique. They relied on the fundamentals. They relied on the basics. They improvised on the subject, and they have cleared every year. But a technique वाले जो है, I know one of my friend in one attempt, in the 4th attempt he cracked IPS. 5th attempt he didn't clear prelims. 6th attempt he didn't clear prelims. गया ओडिशा. ऐसा होता है. ठीक है? So don't rely much on techniques. थोड़ा बहुत टेक्निक चाहिए, but technique is not something which is static. Technique is not something which will be applicable every year. Techniques may work this year. The same technique may not work next year. ये सब एक टेक्निक के पीछे, शॉर्टकट के पीछे भागना छोड़ दो आप लोग. टेक्निक के पीछे, शॉर्टकट के पीछे भागना आप लोग छोड़ दो. Rely on improvising on your basics, फंडामेंटल्स आपका प्रिपरेशन को थोड़ा स्ट्रेच करो बस, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन Sudarshan Chakra, this is a current affairs based question, and almost all the statements given here, the three statements make some sense, provided if you have followed this mission. Nothing complex here, provided if you have followed the current affairs part, you can comfortably answer this question, okay. This is a current affairs based question. Next question, this is the toughest question what I have felt. This is the toughest question. I tried to decode this question because on the day of the examination I was traveling, there was a paper in my phone, साथ में driver था, he was driving, I was just looking at the paper, I was just trying to decode the paper, this question, because Maitri Setu कहीं पर पढ़ा था मैंने, Mechi Bridge also I have read, but I am not sure. Second statement I have read Jhula Ghat. Jhula means a swing. Jhula is a swing, right? Jhula Ghat. Okay, Jhula Ghat means something related to Hindi. Applicable to both the countries. Hindi applicable to both the countries. After end of this statement, I have seen Myanmar. Myanmar के साथ हिंदी नहीं हो सकता है. Myanmar के साथ हिंदी नहीं हो सकता. ठीक है. So I have eliminated statement 2. So 1 is eliminated, 2 is eliminated. 1 is eliminated, 2 is eliminated. ठीक है. Then either it should be 1 only, or either it should be 3 only. इन दोनों में से किसी एक सही है, ठीक है. So then I have said Maitri Setu. So Maitri, friendship. Bangladesh, Maitri, Acha, and I have read somewhere it is with Bangladesh. And Maitri is a term used both in India and Bangladesh. So Maitri built over Feni River that connects Ramgarh in India, ठीक है, Ramgarh in India, with Sabrun in Bangladesh. सही लग रहा था मुझे, Ramgarh in India. But the thing is, examiner has flipped. ये Ramgarh in Bangladesh and Sabrun in India. इसलिए टफ लगा मुझे, था. Ramgarh in Bangladesh, Sabrun in India. Examiner has just flipped, interchange the position of the rivers, interchange the positions of the places. ठीक है. In the examination hall, recollecting the facts and that limited time is very difficult. इसलिए ये क्वेश्चन मुझे थोड़ा टफ लगा था. Anyhow, I end up marked wrong. This is the only question. Which I have marked wrong. ठीक है. So and Mechi Bridge and its approaches connect Panitanki bypass in India with Kakara with so and so. This is the right statement. ठीक है. So maybe मानता हूँ this question is tough, but for some people this question may not be tough. But if you are sure about Maitri Setu and Mechi Bridge and Jhula Ghat, if you have followed the current affairs on a regular basis, so this question may be easy for a few of them. But for me, this was a tough question. 62. As I said, lengthier the question, easier to answer. Yes or no? Did I tell? Yes. So whenever you come across such a lengthy questions, check that questions with an expert eye, with an expert lens. कहाँ हमें UPSC is trying to deviate us. UPSC is trying to misguide us. Are there any vague statements? वैसा आप लोग पता कर लो. Now the question is 62. Which of the following statements about zero FIR under BNS 2023 is or are correct? Zero FIR can be lodged at a police station even though the place of commission of a cognizable or a non-cognizable offence is outside the territorial jurisdiction. So the place of commission is outside the territorial jurisdiction. The place of commission is outside the territorial jurisdiction. So the thing is, when a case can be filed outside the territorial jurisdiction, because the thing is, if that case has that significance, if that case has that seriousness, then only such cases can be registered outside the territorial jurisdiction of a police station. Matlab any police station. Provided the case should have that significance, the case should have that seriousness. Yes or no? Yes or no? But examiner is making a statement misguiding us. Cognizable and non-cognizable. Cognizable crimes, cognizable offences are the serious crimes. Non-cognizable are petty crimes. What is the need for petty crimes, petty offences to be registered under zero FIR? समझ में आ रहा है? How examiner will be misguiding us. So statement 1 is wrong. Officer in charge of the police station where zero FIR has been lodged may, with the permission of the competent authority, initiate a preliminary inquiry. हो सकता है, ठीक है. Anyhow, one is wrong. Either it should be 2, 3 or 2 only. 2, 3 or if one is wrong, it should be 2, 3 or 2 only. So option 2 पे ज्यादा brainstorm करने का जरूरत नहीं है. There is no need to brainstorm much on statement 2. Just check whether statement 3 is right or wrong. Now the statement 3 under zero FIR, it is obligatory for the informant to furnish information electronically. Under zero FIR, you can register a case anywhere. You can go to some police station, okay, and you can register a cognizable offence. मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ था. If person goes to the police station and registers the case physically, why will it be obligatory to register electronically? समझ रहे आप लोग? Are you able to follow? Why it will be obligatory to register electronically? BNS says that it is the FIR can be registered either physically at the police station or electronically. If you registered electronically, within some 3 days you have to register it physically. समझ में आ रहा? So here the logic is why obligatory electronically when there is a chance for the person to lodge a complaint physically. So it will not be obligatory. Either it can be physically or electronically is the right answer. So statement 3 is. So answer is only 2. Now just tell me, let me know. Tough hai? Is it tough? Or can you decode this logically? You can decode this logically. UPSC exam is not for the ratabas. It's not for ratabas. It is for the people who use their brain. It is for the people who are smart. That is the beauty of UPSC exam. Rattabazi nahi chalega UPSC. More effectively you use your brain, there is more chances of getting success in this examination. Okay. Why? Because you just see the question. It's completely based on logic. Even though if you don't have the knowledge about zero FIR, even though if you don't have knowledge about zero FIR, using your logic, putting some work to your brain, you can comfortably answer this question. That is the beauty of UPSC exam. I mean the civil service examination. That is the beauty of a civil service examination. Okay. So UPSC is looking for the people with the brain. Use your brain. थोड़ा स्ट्रेच करो आपका एबिलिटीज. ठीक है, इनके पीछे मत पड़ो. PDFs, marathons, 1 minute short, reel, technique. My suggestion is इसको छोड़ दो. Leave all these things. बुक ले लो, पढ़ो. Sit some in space where there is no deviation. कोई ना इधर कोई डिस्टर्ब करने वाला. Sit in some isolation. Connect with the content. Let your brain think. Let your brain analyze. You can make wonders. The thing is, how you are reading matters. How your teacher is teaching you matters. A teacher should prepare the aspirant to the best. Why? Because a teacher will not be in the examination hall along with the aspirant. I will guide you. मेरे साथ बैठो, मैं तुम्हारे साथ चलता हूँ examination hall में अंदर. I will guide you. You cannot guide in the examination hall. A teacher cannot guide you in the examination hall. So a teacher has to prepare the aspirant to face the worst. Train hard. So select such teachers. If some teacher is claiming that I'll make it easy, not easy, I'll make it very easy for you. Think twice. ठीक है. This question is also a very simple question. With reference to organizations under Government of India, consider the following details. Organization, function, controlling ministry. CEIB, Central Economic Intelligence Bureau. Central Economic Intelligence Bureau. Central Economic Intelligence Bureau. What is the Central Economic Intelligence Bureau? It is claiming that to function, to coordinate between various law enforcement agencies. ठीक है, सही तो लग रहा है. There are chances that this is correct. MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs. Ministry of Home Affairs. Do you know what is the mandate of Ministry of Home Affairs? Ministry of Home Affairs will be dealing with the central police forces. It will deal with border areas. It will deal with the border areas. It will deal with center-state relations. It will deal with the union territories, administration of union territories. It will deal with internal security. So, center-state relations, internal security, central police forces, border areas, administration of union territories. Nowhere we have economic intelligence. In fact, this is under Ministry of Finance, Department of Revenue. Done. Usually, if you know the mandate of what is MHA, you can comfortably eliminate this. SFIO. Frequently we hear about this SFIO. Corporate frauds is SFIO investigation. MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So they have given as Ministry of Finance. So Ministry of Finance is different, Ministry of Company Affairs is different. Ministry of Company Affairs is different. This is easy to eliminate. This is easy to eliminate. CBI. CBI works under Ministry of Personnel and Public Grievances is the SIA. CBI inquiry. Corruption cases, CBI inquiry. Scam, CBI inquiry. CBI inquiry. You have that understanding, right? So to preserve values in public life and to ensure health of the national economy is the mandate of a CBI. This statement is taken exactly from the CBI website. CBI website. That's what chairman was telling the other day. The sources. The sources. Sources matlab standard textbooks, government websites. Standard textbooks and government website. Okay. If you have an understanding of what is the mandate of CBI, what is the mandate of MHA, this is a easy question to answer. This is a easy question to answer. So, answer is C. Answer is C. Anything tough? Anything tough? I don't think so. I don't think so that it's tough. This question is dropped by UPSC. This question is dropped by UPSC. And this is a question on current affairs. IAS Summit at New Delhi. What I personally felt was ये थोड़ा मुश्किल है आंसर करना. Logics are not working here. Logics are not working here. Provided if you have followed this thoroughly. If you have followed this thoroughly, then only you can answer this question. Okay? This is a tough question. I am not going to discuss that. Personally, I felt this is the toughest question. This is the toughest question. Very difficult here. So ऐसे questions, एक तो questions ऐसे है, like 65, 73, 73. Why? Because we have started at 61. We have started at 51, 51 to 65, 51 to 65. Hardly one question we felt as tough. That Maitri Setu wala. Okay. So even for a few of them, that question is easy. And again, next, this is tough. This is tough. What I feel. So out of the 15 questions, how many questions are tough? Hardly 3. Hardly 3. Okay. Next, this is a tough question. This is a tough question. This is an easy question. Which of the following statement with respect to revamped Rashtriya Gram Swaraj Abhiyan was correct? You should have known the years. You should have known the years. The thing is, it's 22, 23 to 25, 26. Okay. The period of implementation. So this is wrong. The key objective of revamped is to develop governance, etc., 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 etc. Sai lag raha hai. Next, the share of central funding for revamped RGSA is 100% for all the states. So, when following current affairs and reading newspapers, you might be knowing that any government scheme, there won't be 100% funding by the center. 100% funding by the centers, especially for normal states. In some cases, for northeastern states, majority it will be center funded. In some cases, it is 100% funded. Some cases, it is 90% funded. 90% funded. Now, the thing is, central funding will not be 100% for all the states. So, this is a vague statement that RGSA for all the states is 100% funded by the central government. So, you can comfortably eliminate this thing. Okay. So, in this, anyhow, the answer will be only 2. Only 2 will be correct. Why? Because first statement is wrong, third statement is wrong. Okay. Now, in answering this question, in answering this paper, have I relied on recollecting something? Recollecting some PDF, Recollecting some marathon session? No. I have some command over the basics. In addition to that, I have used my full potential. I have tried to decode the question. I have tried to decode the question. I have read the statements carefully. I have identified where UPSC is misguiding in the statements. Now, based on these things, I could eliminate most of the options. All these things I have done because I am alert. I am tension free. ठीक है? But in the examination hall, you people will be under lot of pressure. You people will be under lot of pressure. So, improvise on yourself to tackle the pressure. शांति से, आराम से बैठना चाहिए. Whatever may come, you should be in a position to tackle. MCQ based examinations are the easiest exams. Why? Because answer is in front of you. You have to bring out the answer. If it is a descriptive examination, you have to write it. If there is a question asked which you haven't heard of, कुछ नहीं लिख सकते हो. You cannot write anything. Whereas objective examination, answer is just in front of you. Use your brain to the fullest abilities to bring out the answer. Get trained under the people who are qualified, who can guide you better, who can ignite your brains to think in the right way. Get trained under such teachers. Don't get misguided by these social media campaigns and background musics. Okay? These social media campaigns and background musics are meant to attract the students, but not to do justice to the students. So finally, it is up to you. आप किसके अंडर ट्रेन करना चाहते हो? It's your personal choice. It's your personal choice. But as the examination is evolving, more focus on basics and fundamentals. Try to get enrolled with the teacher who is strong with the basics and the fundamentals and who can guide you, who can guide you properly in the right direction. Okay? Thank you.